Hey sis, welcome back to Unbothered, Unfiltered, and Over It. I'm Nina, and I'm going to be real with you so you can be real with yourself. And today's message is pretty simple, but it hits pretty deep. Your worth is not up for debate. Not today, not ever. I know the world has taught us that we need to earn our worth, right? To prove it, to prove that we're worthy. And so with that, we tie it to our performance, we tie it to how productive we are, we tie it to how put together we look, right? So yeah, so we're out here trying to, show that, we are worthy and we got to prove it. So let me just tell you, that's a whole lie. You don't have to prove anything to anybody because your worth is not up for debate. Your worth is not something you hustle for. It's not up for negotiation. And it's not based on how many people who like you, follow you, who approve of you, and all those things. That's not what your worth is based on. And so for me, yeah, I've been there. I've been in the that whole space where I put my self worth, my sense of worth, into somebody else's hands. And I did tie it to how I performed, in terms of being a good student, making sure I looked the right way, or had the right look, or I was following the trends, or basing on what somebody thought about me, my worth. I'm basing my worth on that, and I learned that that's not the way. I learned that it's a really dangerous place to live, right? Place to be, because as soon as you put your worth in somebody else's hands, as soon as you give them that responsibility or that authority to define your worthiness, then they start playing with it, right? They start to raise the bar, moving the goalposts, and then they got you doing all kind of stuff. And you're so busy chasing this validation that you tend to forget who you were before you even met these people or that person that you're seeking validation from. So we tend to lose ourselves. So yeah, so I had to learn, that I'm the one who determines, my worthiness. I'm the one who is the one who determines all of that. I don't have to debate with anybody, or have a whole discussion about whether I'm worthy as Nina, as a mom, as an entrepreneur, as a student, as an employee. I'm the one who determines that. Sis, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. And I want you to say these things with your spirit. I was worthy before the achievement. I was worthy before the compliments and the praise. And I was worthy before the approval. You don't have to earn the right to take up space. You already do. Your worth doesn't expire. And it doesn't shrink just because somebody doesn't see it. And it definitely doesn't go away when you make a mistake. Your worth is the only thing they can't take from you unless you hand it over. And sis, stop handing it over. From this day forward, I want you to walk like someone who knows that her worth is sacred, knows that her voice matters, and knows that her presence is a gift. So this week's affirmation is: my worth is not up for debate. I don't argue with people about something that's already mine. What that means to me is that I'm not going to argue with people about my own worth. I'm not. It's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion, because I'm the one who determines my worth, not anyone else. So it's not going to even be a debate or discussion or even an argument of how worthy I am. So that's the affirmation for this week. I want you to repeat it to yourself and make sure that you really hone in on it. Alrighty. So if this week's message resonated with you, please share it with your mom, your sister, your bestie, your coworker, any woman who you feel has, who has forgotten her value. Okay. Because we are the ones who determine our worth. We're not arguing with anybody. It is not up for debate. So I want you to remember that your worth is non negotiable. So I'll see you next week on Unbothered, Unfiltered, and Over It. And I'm Nina, and I'm going to keep it real with you so you can be real with yourself. Bye.